Imagine that you are sitting in your car, stuck in traffic. It's a hot day and you're starting to get frustrated. You have a lot of things that you need to do, and you're feeling overwhelmed. It's easy to get caught up in the stress of the moment and to react without thinking. But what if there was a way to handle this situation differently? What if there was a way to stay calm and focused, even when things are tough? Maybe you were juggling a demanding job, a busy social life, and family commitments. Or maybe you were trying to start a new business or launch a new product. Whatever the situation, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and discouraged. But the 7 habits can help you to overcome these challenges and achieve your goals. I'm going to take a deeper dive into each habit and show you how to apply it to your own life. First, these habits are not just about getting things done. They're about living a life that is both meaningful and effective. They help you to develop a strong character, build relationships with others, and achieve your goals. In this story, we're going to follow the journey of a young woman named Sarah as she learns and applies the 7 habits in her own life. As Sarah begins to apply these habits in her life, she starts to see amazing results. She becomes more confident and assertive, she builds stronger relationships with her family and friends, and she starts to achieve her goals. I hope that this story will inspire you to learn more about the 7 habits and apply them in your own life. The 7 habits are not a quick fix, but they are a powerful tool that can help you to achieve your full potential. The first habit is, be proactive. Sarah was a bright and ambitious young woman, but she was also feeling lost and unfulfilled. She had recently graduated from college, but she couldn't seem to find her place in the world. She had tried a few different jobs, but nothing seemed to be the right fit. One day, Sarah was talking to her friend Mary about her job struggles. Mary told Sarah about a book she had read called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Mary said that the book had helped her to change her life for the better. Sarah was intrigued, so she decided to read the book herself. As she was reading, Sarah realized that she had been living a very reactive life. She had been allowing her circumstances to control her, rather than taking control of her own life. Sarah decided that she wanted to change her approach to life. She wanted to become more proactive. She wanted to take responsibility for her own happiness and success. Sarah started by making a list of all the things that she was unhappy with in her life. Then she started to brainstorm solutions to each problem. She realized that she had more power than she thought she did. She could control her own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Sarah started to take small steps towards her goals. She got a new job that she was passionate about. She started volunteering in her community. She made new friends who were supportive and encouraging. The more proactive Sarah became, the happier and more fulfilled she felt. She realized that she was in control of her own destiny. She could create the life that she wanted to live. The second habit is, begin with the end in mind. Sarah had become much more proactive in her life, but she still felt like something was missing. She didn't have a clear vision for her future. She didn't know what she wanted to achieve with her life. One day, Sarah was talking to her mentor, Mr. Covey, about her struggles. Mr. Covey told Sarah about the importance of having a clear vision for the future. He said that if you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Mr. Covey encouraged Sarah to take some time to think about her long-term goals. What did she want to achieve in her career? What kind of impact did she want to have on the world? Sarah spent some time reflecting on her goals. She realized that she wanted to have a career in social work. She wanted to help people who were struggling in their lives. She also wanted to start her own family and raise children who were kind and compassionate. Once Sarah had a clear vision for her future, she was able to start making a plan to achieve her goals. She enrolled in a social work program at a local university. She also started volunteering at a homeless shelter. Sarah knew that it would take time and effort to achieve her goals, but she was determined to succeed. She had a clear vision for her future, and she was taking steps to make it a reality. The third habit is, put first things first. Sarah was making great progress towards her goals, but she was also feeling overwhelmed. She had a lot on her plate. school, work, volunteering, and a social life. She found it difficult to keep up with everything. One day, Sarah was talking to her mentor about her struggles, so he told Sarah about the importance of putting first things first. He said that you can't do everything, but you can do the most important things. Mr. Covey encouraged Sarah to create a weekly schedule. She should start by identifying the most important tasks that she needed to complete each week. Then, she should schedule those tasks first. Once she had scheduled the most important tasks, she could schedule the less important tasks around them. Sarah took Mr. Covey's advice to heart. She created a weekly schedule and started putting first things first. She realized that she didn't have to do everything at once. She could focus on one task at a time and complete it to the best of her ability. Sarah also started to say no to commitments that weren't important to her. She realized that it was okay to say no to things, even if it meant disappointing people. She needed to focus her time and energy on the things that were most important to her. By putting first things first, Sarah was able to reduce her stress and become more productive. She was able to achieve her goals without sacrificing her health and well-being. The fourth habit is, think win-win. Sarah was now excelling in her studies and her career. She was also building strong relationships with her family and friends. She was living a happy and fulfilling life. One day, Sarah was working on a project with a colleague named Mike. Mike was a talented engineer, but he was also very competitive. He was always trying to outperform everyone else. Sarah and Mike were assigned to work on a difficult project together. Mike was determined to finish the project first, even if it meant sacrificing the quality of the work. Sarah tried to talk to Mike about his competitive attitude, but he wasn't interested in listening. He was only interested in winning. The fifth habit is, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Sarah was now a successful social worker. She loved her job, and she was making a difference in the lives of her clients. One day, Sarah was assigned to work with a new client named John. John was a homeless man who was struggling with addiction. Sarah met with John for the first time. She sat down and listened to his story. She tried to understand his perspective and his experiences. Sarah realized that John had been through a lot in his life. He had grown up in poverty and had been abused as a child. He had turned to drugs and alcohol to cope with his pain. Sarah didn't try to judge John or to tell him what to do. She simply listened and tried to understand him. After several meetings, Sarah and John developed a strong relationship. John trusted Sarah, and he felt comfortable opening up to her. Sarah was able to help John to get sober and to find a stable place to live. She also helped him to connect with resources that could help him to get back on his feet. Sarah learned that it is important to seek first to understand, then to be understood. When you listen to someone with an open mind and heart, you can build a strong relationship and help them to succeed. The sixth habit is Synergize. Sarah was now a leading social worker in her community. She had helped hundreds of people to improve their lives. One day, Sarah was approached by a group of community leaders. They asked her to help them develop a program to address the growing problem of homelessness in their community. Sarah was excited to be involved in the program. She knew that she couldn't solve the problem of homelessness on her own. She needed to work with others to create a comprehensive solution. Sarah assembled a team of experts from different fields, including social work, housing, and healthcare. The team worked together to develop a program that would provide homeless people with the support they needed to get back on their feet. The program was a success. It helped hundreds of homeless people to find housing, get sober, and find jobs. Sarah was proud of what they had accomplished. She had learned that synergy is the key to solving complex problems. When people work together towards a common goal, they can achieve more than they could ever achieve on their own. The seventh habit is Sharpen the Saw. Sarah was now a successful social worker and a community leader. She was making a difference in the world, but she knew that she needed to continue to sharpen her saw. She needed to invest in her own physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Sarah started by taking better care of her physical health. She started eating healthier foods and exercising regularly. She also started getting enough sleep. Sarah's journey is a reminder that we all have the power to create the life that we want to live. Please remember that these 7 habits are not a quick fix, but they are a powerful tool that can help us to achieve our full potential. When we live by the 7 habits, we become more effective in our work, our relationships, and our lives. I hope that Sarah's story has inspired you. I also encourage you to share this story with your friends and family. The more people who know about the 7 habits, the better. This is a story from A Mind That Listens. If you find this story meaningful, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.